This is a poem called Gay Slang. Please tell me I'm not the only person who gets the full on drooling horn when I see a man perfectly parallel parking. One hand on the back of the passenger seat, the other palm wheeling, and I am flooding my basement. That's a bit of gay slang, that. We used to have our own language, you know. A seedy subculture of shady sexual survival, Polari hidden in plain sight, using the real Queen's English to be batty boy bent. Shadowy secret codes establishing if indeed Dorothy was your friend. Coloured handkerchiefs in our back pockets, signifying what we'd like to do in the sack, because, just like the tradesmen, we like our shopping dropped off round the back. If we were caught glancing twice at someone, the Rozzers would have cuffed us. We were benders, we were gaylords, we were rent boys, we were pufters. We were powdered, we were lavender, we wore masks to be overlooked. Pass us your lipstick, darling, because we like to look pretty before we get fucked. In concentration camps, we were made to wear triangles of pink, nudge, nudge for a cabaret torch song, wink, wink. We were somewhere over the rainbow in gardens of pansies and daisy chains. Does he like musical theatre, cops, bottoms, pillow biting pains? We were teachers, we were soldiers, we were hello sailors, and shirts always ended up lifted. Don't ask, don't tell, because below deck, you always did it a bit limp-wristed. We were stabbers of shit and we gardened uphill, Nancy boys of Hampstead Heath for fumbling thrills. The enigma of a war won but never publicly stated, the Bletchley Park codebreaker we chemically castrated. But what does any of this faggoty stuff matter? Well, you can thank us for a bunch of words now in our day-to-day chatter. Bent, Barnet, Butch, Zhuzh, or throwing on some slap. Is he a cavalier or a roundhead, mince or ogle of a bit of rough trade to shag? He's a bit naff, isn't he? NAFF, standing for not available for fucking. But the jury's still out with the tank top bum boys, but thank you, of course, for looking. We talk about 1967 as though it was a groundbreaking legislation. 15,000 more arrests, though, after, due to the clauses and the pretty boy temptations. You were fine to get buggered as long as it took place behind locked doors and you bolted those windows down, curtains fully drawn with no other person present in any part of that house. The rules of playing a dangerous game in white-tiled toilets you both understood. Swift upward head nudge if he was also a receiver of swollen goods. He collects interesting teapots at the other end of the ballroom with moves like Jagger, a token gesture of freedom under the Sexual Offences Act, with a cloak and with a dagger. All in the name of public decency and a moral ground up high. I don't have anything to declare except my genius, thank you, Mr. Wilde. Hello, Section 28 and the inalienable right destroying traditions and the family home. Goodbye to a whole generation, to the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Goodbye to a whole generation who kicked up dust, trying not to die of ignorance with the tombstones a falling. They said, just deserts, a gay plague, for God's wrath and punishment, for the dirty and for the appalling. Camp as a row of tents, sent up as feminized non-threat caricatures on TV and in the movies, but there's no place like home, when you're wearing slippers made of rubies. Infamy, infamy, they've all got it in for me, and titter ye not by a Williams or a Howard. Shut that door, matron, oh, you are awful, but I like you, and are you being served? Queer code no longer lives in the shadows, nor is it a spit or a swallow of a suicide pill, because, yes, Queen, it happens to be today how much tea you spill. So if you're tempted to fat shame, femme shame, pink shame, queer bait, or take our flag and wash it white, just remember, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto, and we stand on the shoulders of absent giants who whisper, it's just a bit of gay slang, that. Right?